Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Jason. Super excited to have you guys back again for another episode. Today is day 20. If this is the first time you've been here, what we do is talk about advertising, marketing, branding, as well as motivation, all those great things. Without wasting time, let's jump into today's episode. So there's 3 things I really want to highlight to you guys. First is Netflix. Second is the company StockX and their holistic view of people, and finally a new podcast that you guys actually might be interested in following along. So without wasting time, let's jump into it. First off, we have Netflix blowing past 200 million subscriptions. It's the biggest year in last year. 2020 was actually the biggest year in the entire company's history. They finally do not need to borrow money to build its entertainment empire. They're finally self-sufficient in some sense. But that being said, Netflix does need to be very, very careful, because there are many companies like Hulu, Disney Plus, they are all rising at the same time. That Netflix is not the only company that's seeing this growth, and them being able to keep a large portion of its market share due to creating original content. It will be very, very essential for them to actually stay competitive within this industry. So we definitely have to see how 2021 and 2022, in the next few years, how Netflix actually fares. Will this be the peak of Netflix, or will Netflix keep rising, right? This really all depends on how great Netflix is at creating original content, because in all honesty, that's one of the main reasons I hear that people are actually following along for original content. Moving on from there, let's take a look at StockX International, like why the reason the company has actually grown so much. This is the original company that just sold fashion things, right? It started off just selling fashion things, a platform for people to actually resell things, and typically a lot of shoes are resold there at higher prices. But now it has slowly transformed, and eventually now it's become a company where people can actually even resell PS5s, and people can actually pre-order, in some sense, a PS5. And all of this is because of the way the company has actually approached their marketing. Their marketing has really approached a very holistic point of view, and really understanding how everything that the customers and everything that they are actually selling is all within the same kind of category. And that's right here. Barry said, sneakers, electronics, gaming, those are all part of the same bullseye. The customer is engaged by all of them. So we still do product-centric creative, just focusing on sneakers or just gaming. We've been shooting a lot more cultural content that includes all of these categories. The way that they really approach is really understanding a holistic approach and really seeing the bigger picture of how all of this all interacts with people. Then when they go to all the different towns, like it'll be in this article on a small specific area, where they would go to certain areas and they would work with the local artists within the area to actually talk about the company. So that is actually the way that they expanded, right? At the very end of the day, like I said, this is a very great example of think globally but act locally. Right, when we work together and when we want to expand a company, we really have to think about the big picture. What's the overall strategy that we want to focus? And in this case, StockX's entire strategy really ties in on them really working together and understanding that sneakers, electronics, and gaming all appeal to the same target market, and understanding that and making sure that all the messaging is appropriate towards that, and then working together with local artists to really provide that localized experience towards new markets. It's a great way for them to actually breach into these new markets, right? So if you guys are interested in this article, feel free to check it out. I will link it down. It's not a too long article, pretty fun read. Next thing I got for you guys is actually a new podcast that you guys may or may not be interested in, right? This new podcast is actually by Realty Group's #1 chief marketing this is actually by Multi Housing News, where they are actually hosting women in executive positions every month to actually come and talk about several issues. So it was pretty cool to actually hear about from Corey Vesk, from Chief Marketing Officer of Realty One, where she was talking about her entire experience in terms of marketing and how she keeps up in a day-to-day life, as well as how she's working together in real estate. So if you guys are interested in real estate or anything marketing and listening to much more diverse point of view and not just a male-dominated field, and listening to a lot of female voices as well, this is actually a great platform that you guys can actually go and listen to, right? As far as I can see, it's going to be one episode every month, so it won't take much time, and you will get to learn a lot of different perspectives from all the female executives. So it's a pretty cool platform. Definitely go check them out. Alright guys, finally, the one thing that I want to take you guys away from today's thing is really from the book by Chris Du. His book is called Pocket Full of Do. I have a digital version, so I can actually just show it right here. Maybe I can pull up a photo and just tag it here or something. But aside from that, Pocket Full of Do, absolutely great bite-sized knowledge, right? It's all the different things that he's learned over 2 decades, and he's just sharing with us throughout this book. So one of the first few things he's actually taught us is holding on to hate is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. And I think we need to take this into consideration a lot, because personally, even for myself, right, I think we've built ourselves in such a judgmental way that in this world that sometimes we can't help judge people, and sometimes when we judge people and we are unsatisfied with people, and largely due to our own personal standards, right? Because people don't live by our standards, but because we expect more from others, that when they disappoint us, we are disappointed, and in turn sometimes dissatisfied, and that could lead to anger, right? But if as we are angry with people, people won't feel it, right? They don't interact with us, they're not us. So us being angry, us being frustrated only hurts us. It'll hurt us in what we might say to people. It might hurt us in the decisions that we make in the heat of the moment, right? So really understanding that maybe it's time to take a step back, and every time you're angry, really just breathe and just let it go. Because nothing good can come from you being angry. Nothing good can come from you raging out. And chances are the person that you are angry at is not even affected by it, right? I definitely recommend you guys go check out Pocket Full of Do. Absolutely amazing. All the hardcover copies are out, but he has all the digital copies. If I remember correctly, a book runs for about a little bit over $10 or $10 to $15. It's really great book, just in terms of a fast read about just different things, different lessons that he's learned over the course of two whole decades, right? Alright guys, that's all I really have for you guys today. I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day. I literally did not sleep last night because I couldn't sleep. I was staying up till like 9 a.m. and then next thing you know, I was trying to read something, and then like I couldn't take it, and then like I laid down for a second, and then I slept, and I woke up at 12. But it's almost 12 now, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I'm done with this, post this whole video, and then I'll be trying to go to bed early to hopefully, fingers crossed, fix my sleeping schedule, right? Alright guys, that's all I've got for you guys today. Hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day. I think I've said that like 3 or 4 times already, but you know, it's always about those good vibes here. Nothing about negativity here. I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys are awesome. Stay awesome.